So this is the first ever attempt at Nani's amazing Gajar ka halwa, and the first secret that she has revealed to me is that the secret to a good Gajar ka halwa is good gajars. So basically what you have to get is a medium sized carrot which does not have a very thick core, because that basically makes the halwa quite unpalatable. Okay, so once you have peeled your carrots, what you have to do is that you have to lop the tops off and make sure that they're perfectly clean, and after that you give them a good rinsing and you grate them. One of the key ingredients to a good Gajar ka halwa is excellent elaichi. So as you can see over here, we've taken some badi elaichi and we have taken the seeds out and we are roasting them, and we're going to crush them into a fine powder, and that is going to be added to our Gajar ka halwa.
A lot of people use hari elaichi, but this is Nani's recipe and Nani said we're supposed to use moti elaichi, and it's the best Gajar ka halwa ever. So it makes sense to just go with what she says and do exactly as she says. So all those people who think that it should be done only with hari elaichi like I do, we're wrong. It can be done with this stuff too.
A common mistake most people make while roasting their spices is that they keep the flame high, and what they end up with is a spice that is unevenly roasted and it gives a very bad flavor. So as you can see, our flame is really low and we're constantly shaking our elaichi so that we get a very even roasting. So our elaichi is now roasted. How you know when it's done is that when you take a seed, you can basically crush it underneath a belan and it turns into a very fine powder. So I don't know if you can see that, but once we start doing the entire batch, you will basically see it turn. And another thing to be careful of is these are seeds, so they're going to be flying all over the place. So when you're crushing it, be careful.
Very potent, very strong, very nice flavor.
So now we've got pretty much everything ready to make our Gajar ka halwa. We've got the freshly grated carrots, we've got some sugar, a huge tin of ghee, and the elaichi powder that we made earlier. So the first step in making a Gajar ka halwa is to of course add the gajar to the pan, and that's exactly what I've done. This is approximately 2 to 2.5 kgs of grated carrot. Now on top of the carrots, I've added approximately 250 grams of sugar. You can add a bit more if you like a slightly sweeter Gajar ka halwa, but that is entirely up to you. And now on top of the sugar, we've added approximately 320 grams of my favorite stuff in the world, ghee. And we're just going to cover this with a lid and we're going to let it simmer for around 2 minutes. So now we've let it sit for about 2 minutes and we've given it a stir. And I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but basically the carrot is starting to lose its juices. And basically what you have to do at this stage is let it sit and stir it occasionally and make sure it doesn't get stuck to the bottom of the pan. We've been cooking the halwa now for approximately 20 minutes. As you can see, the carrots are starting to lose a lot of water. So we're just going to cook this through until all the water is gone and the halwa is dry. The halwa has been cooking for approximately 30 minutes on a really low flame. That's another secret that Naniji revealed, is that the halwa has to be cooked really slowly. The lower the flame, the better, and the longer it takes, the better. Now what this does is that it allows all the flavors from the ghee and the sugar to seep into the gajar, and it gives a very even cooking and an even flavor. The halwa has been cooking for approximately 50 minutes and the water is all but gone. It should take approximately 5 more minutes and then we can start bhunoing it. So the Gajar ka halwa has been cooking for approximately an hour and 15 minutes, and finally and at long last the water has all evaporated, and as you can see it's looking bloody brilliant. So now we're going to start bhunoing it. So the halwa is now being bhunoed, and while we are bhunoing the halwa, Nani has told us to add 3/4 teaspoon of elaichi powder. So we're going to do that and mix it in. So our halwa is now cooked and it's ready to eat. We just have to add a few more things in it and it can be served. But in its current state, it can be stored in the fridge or in the freezer for up to 3 months without it going bad. So if you're not planning on eating everything that you're making right now, it can be stored for later consumption. Okay, so we're not going to be eating the entire batch that I've prepared right now. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be finishing a small quantity so that we can have maybe a bowl and eat it right now because we're damn hungry. So to finish off the gajar ka halwa, you can add various dry fruits as well as the key ingredient khoya. So how I like my khoya is I like it in chunks, so I'm just going to break it up and toss it in. There are many different ways you can add this. You can grate it and add it. You can break it up in chunks like I'm doing, or you can just sprinkle it on top once it's done and not cook it the way I'm cooking it. The amount of khoya that I'm adding to this is roughly maybe a third of the amount of gajar ka halwa that I put. So for a total 5 kg batch that we're cooking right now, we should be adding approximately a kg of khoya. To finish it, we can actually add a lot of dry fruits, but at the moment I have some kajus on hand, so I'm just going to toss them in and toss it up and put it in a bowl. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a finished bowl of Nani's famous gajar ka halwa. I really hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Bon appetit.